Hello, Dr. Bouvier, and you came to this video to learn a little bit more about food insecurity and how to tie it directly into the treatment of very common medical problems. Food insecurity is very simply getting the right food into the hands of the people that need it the most. And here in Michigan, we have an excellent food bank that distributes to 7 different warehouses that distributes to 1,500 different distribution sites. So people in the need, you're not too far away to where you can actually pick up good, wholesome food that will treat medical problems. So how do we tie the medical problem into the area where the food distribution is going on? A little story first. We struggled a while back trying to get people to come in for a medical screening. We'd get 20 or 30 people in for the screening, but somebody had a great idea about attaching food distribution from the food bank at the same time. Over 300 people showed up. So we know that when you got a good thing going here, just bring medicine right in next to it, and you will bring compliance in. So we are able to not just screen people, but we're able to treat them. So those screenings are just one-time deals, right? So my proposition for you at the leadership there at the food bank and locally, as well as the insurance company CEOs and the medical directors for the insurance company, is number one, realize that we have a food insecurity problem with the treatment of medicine. In fact, it's probably our number one thing. My proposition here, my theory, is that when we help somebody take care of their food insecurity problem, that their medical problems improve by 50%. Now, part of that 50% is that we actually improve compliance in taking the medications, getting people into the treatment areas that they need to get into. And here's the proposition. We have a 501c3 organization called the Christensen Foundation that's in the middle of Flint, Michigan. We've got enough rooms in there to actually take care of probably 5,000 people. So within a 2-mile radius, there's a large number of people. My proposition is that we have a food distribution on a weekly basis in that area, and then that will identify, we'll bring people in, we'll do the health screening, but also do registration. And for those people who want to get their health care from the site as well, then we will not only take care of their health care, but we will distribute food on a weekly basis with them also. What I'd like to do is get a grant. I've already spoke to a few churches. They'll pay, the suburban churches will pay for the food, and the urban churches will help distribute that food. We've got enough medical people standing by to take care of the medical issues that will crop up with these people. We'll register them on site, and on a weekly basis, we'll get the people back in there, give them the food that they need, but also give them the health care that they need each time. Now, granted, you have to understand, a lot of these people that I'm talking about are the people who are at risk. So what's in it for the insurance company? Quite simply, helping people stay out of the hospital and emergency department. All right, did you hear what I said, Mr. Insurance Company? Help people stay out of the emergency room and hospital. That's probably 40 to 45% of the $3 trillion that you're spending in healthcare today. And every ER doctor, ER nurse, ER personnel that's been there for 5 or 10 years will tell you that 90% of the people that show up on the doorstep of the ER don't have to be there. They're truly not emergencies, that we can take care of them in a non-emergent area. We just have to be available and identify who they are. Help with the transportation, help with the caregiver, correct? So here's the proposition. Mr. Insurance Company, hospitals, insurance companies, doctors, patients, food bank people, let's get the food into the spot on a weekly basis. I recommend Fridays at 2 to 6. Get medical going on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have enough registration people there to continue this process. Have the social worker there so we can take care of some of the social worker problems. But on a weekly basis for the next 2 months, have food distribution out of there that will identify 500 people, I suspect, or more, I suspect. And I don't think it'll take us 2 months. But we'll then continue that food distribution for those 500 people that we choose as patients. We'll continue the food distribution on a weekly basis and continue that rotation going. We'll create some data over the next few months, take that data over to the insurance company and say, hey, here's our proof. And if it works here, it'll work in every other 1,500 distribution sites we have across Michigan. So there you go. When we've helped do things like this, similar to what we've done in Minnesota, And in other areas, we've been able to save $5 million for every 5,000 patients out there that are at risk. Did you hear what I said, Mr. Government Official? 5,000 patients saving $10 million every year on those after everything's paid for, still saving $10 million. If 20% of the people of Michigan are spending 80% of the healthcare dollar, which that's the statistic, that's huge savings. You do the math. Again, this is Dr. Robert Bouvier with Dr. and You. Take a listen to the video, pass it along to the next person, and give me some feedback on how it works. Take care. Bye.